Hi guys, welcome to the very first video on Trade Those, which is on Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow. So basically you would have seen that in YouTube, very likely you would see a lot of YouTubers analyze data on mostly candlestick charts, and they would say that okay, how the data would move or the market would move uh, in the market tomorrow. But what we would be using is that we'll be using volume profile and market profile to understand where the most volume was getting transacted yesterday and how can it affect the market opening tomorrow, and what happens if the market opens in a certain range or opens at the same level as yesterday, or if it gaps up or gaps down. So we're going to look at all of that. So please make sure that you're able to see the video till the end of this particular video. And if you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe so that I can keep posting this analysis on a daily basis. You might not have seen this kind of analysis in anywhere in YouTube, and very likely I would want to educate a lot of people on how volume profile and market profile that a lot of professionals use. They would understand where are the key players sitting with a lot of money deployed in the market, and how that can affect how the market can move. All right, so let's get started. So basically, if you look at this, this is nothing but a 30-minute chart. And here, basically, all that it is doing, it is plotting volume against the way the market behaved. Okay, so before I tell you how the market can move tomorrow, let me make you understand what are the basic elements that you need to be keenly observing about. So basically, this is the area which you see dark gray area. That is where 70% of the volume was transacted, and then you have this moving line which shows in any given day how was the maximum value being perceived throughout the day with all the traders. Okay, so basically if you look at this particular line always kept moving up and down. So basically all that it is doing is showing you where the most volume was getting transacted. So if you look at the way it was behaving in the last couple of days, this line always used to move higher. All it is saying is there was the most amount of transactions that were happening. Okay, and then if you see this, the price action in the last 3 days, basically it is moving lower and lower and lower. Okay, though this day was an exception where the most volume was transacted here and that got rejected, and then it fell down. Okay, so basically right now all this is saying is that the bias is towards the downside, and there is very good possibility that if the market opens, let's say here, it can go all the way till here. Okay, if it opens in this particular area where there's a lot of volume, then it might play around here and it can break on both sides. But if it, let's say, opens gap up tomorrow here, which the chance of that happening is almost 5%, it would still be around this range. It will not suddenly run away. Okay, again, this is due to the global cues where the US market has been falling drastically, and very likely it will continue to go down. Okay, so my bias is very likely it's going to go down, and we'll look at data before we can come to that particular conclusion. Okay, so again, this is another view. Basically this is nothing but the same view that you're seeing here, but this also includes something called as a market profile. So market profile is nothing but the kind of time that was spent, and second was the volume. Okay, so basically the way it ended on Thursday was a shocker to a lot of people. Okay, and if there are people who are stuck with a lot of their positions, they will start covering tomorrow, and very likely it should go down. Okay, so let's look at data on Nifty as well. Okay, so basically before I come to this particular chart, let's do this. So basically you'd see this very similar phenomenon that was happening. So here it is showing that okay, the market is continually going down, and so does the volume that is getting transacted. It is on the lower area. Okay, and now it is stuck in this particular zone. Okay, and let's look at the market profile data, and very likely it is the same thing, right? Here is where the most volume was transacted, most volume transacted, most volume transacted. It just keeps falling down, and ultimately it'll lead to this particular area. Okay, so basically, let's understand more about how the market can behave based on open interest, which is your options data. So first, we'll look at Bank Nifty. Okay, so basically, if you look at this for 20th of May, which is next week of expiry, there are a lot of calls being built. Okay, people are writing calls left, right, and center. Whereas if you look at these towers, which are in red, which is your put OI that were added, they were not as high and evident as these towers. Okay, and if you look at even the monthly data, look at the difference here. So basically, there's a lot of call OI being built, and there is put unwinding that is happening. But ultimately, it is poised to go down from here. Okay, so let's look at Nifty data as well. Okay, so Nifty also, you see this lot of green towers being built. Basically, this is nothing but your call that were being written on a Thursday, and then very similar scenario here. Okay, and then if you come to the open interest on a monthly basis, lot of call writing that happened on 14,800. Okay, so this kind of shows that the market bias is towards the downside, and then there was insane unwinding that happened at 14,500. And then the max pain here, it is showing that it is 14,700, but that can obviously change throughout the week. But looking at the data and looking at the chart, we are very clearly able to identify that yes, the bias is towards the downside. We'll have to wait and watch how that kind of plays out. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this particular video, and hopefully you found this informative. And I will very likely see you guys again either tomorrow or day after to do the analysis on how the market behaved, let's say tomorrow, and what is it that you can expect on a Monday, right? Thank you so much for joining in, guys, and stay safe. And I will see you guys soon. Thank you.